welcome back. One of the things we need to do to progress this vessel is get some stuff working. I need the shower working, I need this boat to be a bit more independent, so I'm going to be concentrating on the shower, the engine bay and the aft cabin. Now the engine bay, I think a day to 2 days maximum that will be ready to put the engines in, at least put them in and settle them, but we need some running water. So today we're on to a whole temporary shower install into the aft cabin. That'll be it's going to be a challenge. I think it's going to be a day and a bit to do this. So the first thing I've got to do is completely empty all this out. So I'm going to do all that. We'll see what we've got inside this shower bay and what we can use, which I think we're going to use all of it as it was in the old days. We've got a few bits to put in. Now, I think we've got enough to do it. Right, we're cleared out. That down the bottom, by the way, is an electric toilet that goes into the front. And this side, it's going to have a manual in the end today. So cleared out, we know what we've got down here is the original area where this pump, that might even still work, used to pump anything that goes down there out of the boat. Now I was thinking about adapting that to capture the water rather than go out in the boat, but if we look at it, it all needs a massive clean down, huge clean down, a vacuum out, and then to do it right we need to take these panels off, sort these panels out so they can go up. I would like them to go back semi-permanently because this shower room isn't going to change that much, and everything here, what you see, will need to be cleaned, and basically we'll have to insulate it so before the panels go back. All the whole screws everywhere. Take that one off as well. Yeah, it's got to come out. I think it's been built in sort of reverse. So that is solid. That wants to go. So I want to break this. I want to keep this board, and I want to put a plastic sheet on it. But I've got definitely. Take these things off as well. All good stainless steel screws, look. It's not exactly the easiest place to work, but we're going to give it a go. Try and get the whole sink out, this whole back wall out, and then we can start by cleaning it all down and getting some. I don't even know where that screw is, it's hard to get them. I don't know, I can't even get to it. There you go. One sink. Let the Henry deal with that. It's actually not bad. It's not bad at all. It's actually in really good nick, and it's a good quality one. It's heavy, which I like. How does this one come out? I want these pipes. That's what I need. These pipes. I need to get onto them, which is going to be fairly straightforward from the looks of it. They look like standard. They look like standard fittings. But can I now get to the screws was holding this in and take the whole thing out? Then I get this board off, then we can start stripping out and clearing down, ready for installation and getting something done with these floors or the underside. We need to do some protection. Okay, but it looks like, no we haven't. That's it. I've got to put it back, but we'll take this off next as well, because what we can do with these is, we're not doing that today, but they can be removed and sanded and revarnished with the Duraglaze, and they will come up absolutely lovely, as will this wood up here. That will come up lovely as well. And obviously, what we do with the back section here today, that's not what we're after. What we're after is to get past the panel so we can get some insulation behind this panel and get it cleaned up. Nothing wrong with this unit. In actual fact, that's in amazingly good condition, apart from the screws. They used to bore screws. Okay, there's war in there, look. Dear, how long's that been in there for? Blimey, it's got to be a decade. That's heavy. That's actually proper marine ply, so that will be reused even if we recover it at a later stage. That is not changing. This is okay as well. It's all pressurised wood. Just spotted something which will be ingenious to our plan. If I can make the adapter, and bear in mind that this is a temporary installation, but we want to make it so it's very easy to take to bits to put anything in new. But to be absolutely honest, I don't think too much new is going to go in. More panelling than anything else. But I'm just looking at this. This is okay. This is probably the only working part of the boat. It is a drain, which actually does work. And here we've got, well, we have to take that off. We changed this. This is a pipe which goes to the bilge pump, which they use, which is underneath this. And we have a look down here. We can see at the beginning how the system works. Is down there is a bilge pump, and it used to work on the button what was here, and you just, yeah, you would just press that button. It's not a very expensive one, just an automatic one which will sit in its place, and that will then pump out automatically. So I'm thinking about reusing that type of system. We'll have to get a grinder in here, take that Jubilee off. Once it's all cleaned up, we'll put a new pipe on that. But first of all, let's get the pipes out we don't want, the cables we don't want, and give it a really good clean down. Bit awkward in here, but I think the best thing to do is take the ceiling down as well. We've still got all this stuff to take out, but we'll get all this down because we've got to get a light in. And obviously, we're going to need insulation behind this as well. I'll probably look at this, see if we can do something with it, but I'm not overly worried about that today. That's a lovely cut board, and it's nice and dry. That's a lovely board actually. It's a shame they put the screws through where they did, but I think we could do something with that. Zero insulation. This whole cable's got to come out. Above this one we should have a cable. Our cable. The next part of this job, once we get everything sort of plumbed in, is to get the light and electrics working in the aft cabin. Even if we put the switches on temporary battery supplies, so we've got a light in the shower room. We'll tint these windows down, we'll varnish up, and we'll do it as if it's an install, so we've got something in this boat what actually does work. So I'm looking at these pipes at the moment. Now I'm wondering if we can reuse these pipes. There's plenty of pipe there. That's a toilet pipe. It looks in good condition, and the white pipe is the water feed pipe. They both come through here. They've just been in the position a long time, and they've even got the cutouts here. So really we want this out. I wonder if they'll come out easier that way. I have to go put my gloves on, I think. My grip's going. Get this one out though. Blimey. Don't think there's any need for that step to be in there. We can slant the floor slightly towards the shower tray. That was mainly, I think, for the toilet, to keep it a bit above the water line. So we probably will have to put something in there at some point. That pipe's got to come out there at the back. The green one along in here. And then we take this board up. This here is only for me to stand on. Get a prize bar, take that out, and it's a massive clear up. Okay, I think it's time to take you out of here. The camera's going to get soaking. But basically all we're doing is getting years of dirt off and out of this room, so we can do something with it. Well, not so much this bit yet, but we will. I'm getting heated out of this place. Okay, I've just given it a once over, because tomorrow I'll clean it all up a bit more, and then we'll insulate the back. And I'm just wondering about the floor. We will put something, we'll do something with it. We'll tidy up a little bit, but that's not the main objective. The main objective is to get a temporary supply of hot and cold water running here to make this boat totally independent. And I'll put a chemical toilet in as well. I am looking at the floor now, and I'll tell you what, I'm actually quite surprised for the amount of time this boat sat here. I'm now looking at the outer walls that this boat never had any insulation, ever. Which would explain the amount of condensation this boat suffered with, and all the condensation damage we've had on this boat, and all the damage I've found, because I've took panels off what have never been taken off, and it's just been bare metal behind them. Someone actually did say that they think that this boat was built as a show boat, race boat in 68, 69 to do a job, and then they carried on with it for maybe 2 or 3 years, and then it's sort of done its thing, and the idea would have been probably to bring the boat back in and refit it out for private use, and that never happened. It just carried on and nothing ever, it was just so as we find things, it is what it is. But you know, it's nothing too bad. I think it's better to put things in than have to take things out sometimes, which is good. So, and basically I've just whited this out, cleaned it right up, and that's now ready. That's dry, should be dry. Yeah, it's lovely and dry. That's now ready to put some foam insulation in, and some foam insulation at the bottom there. The stuff at the bottom will be the foam backing, and the stuff up the top would be a foam gun. We need to make a temporary supply with 3 switches on, at least 3. One will run the main pump, which is going to go in the engine bay. One will run the bilge pump, and when we get round to it, one will run the lights in the aft cabin. So it'll be 3 switches on a small switch bank. Eventually the switch bank will go up towards where the helm panel is. They'll be on the right hand side, but we don't have the service ways in yet. So I think the best thing to do now is get the foaming done and get it insulated. Get a rough measurement. Oversize it a little bit. And cut. I'll pull off the stickers in a second. So I'm just going to literally pull that up there like that. That's good enough. I'll do that one there, that one there. That's all I'm going to do. The rest will be foamed all around the top, and then down here will be the actual foam with the silver backing on it already to stick on. And then I will foam up around these areas here and them areas there when the pipes come through eventually. So, and the little bit I've got to cut off, I'll just bung that anywhere. Where should we put that? No, let's do this one at the top. A bit more up the top there, we go. I'll let that set. We've done this before, that's why I've only just done this bit on here on the other videos. But basically now I'll just let that set so it's almost like a plasticine but dry, and then I push it back into all the corners and get any air out, and it comes out a little bit like this one here where it's been pushed back. That's about 2 inches thick sitting around there, but it's been pushed back, and I'll do exactly the same with that one. And you've got a really good bit of insulation. You can put it all in the corners, just push it back in. So it's all there. And obviously you've got the silver behind it as well. So the last bit is down the bottom, which is the foam sticky back. I'll take your gloves off for this. Oh, it's hot. It's hot. But I've got to get this done. I've got to get it done because I want to, on the next video, which will not be 2 weeks, I want to do the install. All the stuff is ready. It's all ready. I haven't shown you what we're putting in yet, but it's there. Believe me, really. Off it goes. And believe me, when stuff sticks, it sticks. I need to just tidy a few bits of foam up, but that's ready for the pipes to go in. And then once the pipes are in, we'll have to put the lot back together again, but we will be returning obviously because we're going to be putting new panels over the panels what we fit, so we're not making anything new as such apart from a couple at the bottom. Okay, I'll see you in the wheelhouse. Looking okay. Okay, so sort of getting ready now for the next part of this project. Like I said, that is actually going to be what you're looking at there, that stainless steel tank. I'm going to go for a temporary tank what I can move about. That releases the other tanks for me to work on as and when. Because once you get the aft cabin sort of habitable, working, we can really start hitting the front. But it's the aft and the engine bays we're really going into. Now, I don't think I'm going to get a part 2 out of this. I just don't think I'm going to have the time. But I do know that there's not a 2-week wait for the next one. It's coming next week. So, take care. Thanks for watching. There's a few other bits and pieces coming up for definite. All the electrics and the pipe work next week, going to get this running 100%.